Hello, and welcome to Corks and Cauldron, where two friends uncork a bottle, cast a few spells, and dive deep into fantasy books and theories. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jen. Quick disclaimer, this is an adult podcast about adult books. So expect some spicy language, spicy content, and spicy spoilers.
I don't think there's any spicy scenes in this set.
Chapter
Oh, there
13.
is, chapter 13. So let's pour a drink, grab a snack, and get started. Today we are covering Glow chapters 10 through 18.
Yes.
It's from the Plated Prisoner series. If you've been listening to us at all, that's all we've been talking about. But Jen, what did you make for us today?
Okay, so I don't know if you saw our Instagram post, but I really was tempted to just use that for my recipe because it's an
Sure.
easy icebox peanut butter pie and it's delicious. But since I've already put that one out there, we are going to go instead with a lemony lentil soup. My guess is Oren was trying to make something kind of like this.
I don't think she knew what she was trying to make.
I just know that there was wine and peas involved, and I'm going to be honest, guys, split pea soup is not my favorite.
You know what you should have done? You should
What?
have done like fried rice because that has peas in it
Oh,
sometimes.
I totally could have done. I'm sorry. But I didn't. Instead, I did lemony lentil soup. I picked it because it's got a nice summery flavor
That
profile to it.
that lemony vibe.
So, there's lentils, there's onions, carrots, garlic. You do use vegetable stock in this, according to the recipe. I do not use vegetable stock, partly because I would have to actually go and buy it. I keep chicken stock and beef stock in my cupboard because I use them so much. So I use chicken
Mm.
instead, which I don't think it really changed the flavor that much, but it took it from being vegetarian to not so much vegetarian. And you use a can of corn in this, and then, of course, lemon
Well, that's
and
probably where I got its soup.
cumin, curry powder. If you have it, saffron, I do not because saffron is probably the most expensive spice
Ever.
ever.
Yeah.
Instead, I used cayenne because it was another option. So cayenne pepper.
This is sounding very red. Like it's got a very
It's a
red.
golden color.
Okay.
So, and salt and pepper. But
Sure.
it's a kind of golden color and you mix everything up in either a stock pot or a crock pot, whatever you want to do. Sauteed the veggies and then I simmered everything together. I did buy the wrong lentils. This recipe called for red lentils and I bought yellow.
Well, yellow is more gold color than red.
That's kind of where I was too. And it's actually like a milder taste.
Mm.
So it is a lentil, but it's not so lentily.
A little lentil?
Just let me go with that one, guys. And, you simmer everything together. And if you want to, I'm not sure why, because I've never found that I enjoy this very much, but you can use your immersion blender and blend it all together. The diced carrots and onions and
Bold of you to assume that I have an immersion blender.
garlic or an actual blender. You can stick it in a regular blender too and then just dump it back. But I'm lazy
Yeah,
and
that sounds like much more
like
work.
I like the chunkiness, so I left everything. And then I get a package every month from Thrive Market right now, and one of the things they send me is jasmine rice,
Ew.
and it's just really easy microwave and it's done. So I used that and put this on top of it.
So it's a combination of like really easy and also a lot of work, is what I'm picking up from that.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
You had to
Unless you
have a
buy your
blender.
veggies and stuff pre-diced,
That's true. You could do that. Yeah.
because most stores sell everything like that now.
That's what I do whenever
So,
I make like beef stew.
yeah,
'Cause like I don't keep celery on hand. I don't keep onions on hand. I don't want to dice all
I
that.
Trader Joe's has a little container. It's called mirepoix, which is celery, carrots, onions, all
Oh,
diced for you. And
nice.
it's right there in a container. And all you do when you're making anything like this is just dump it in.
That's so nice.
It's perfect and they're all even. They're nice. The
Like
cuts are the same.
uniform. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Trader Joe's mirepoix.
Hy-Vee also does it if you're not bougie and don't go to Trader Joe's.
Hy-Vee does it. I think Walmart has it in the freezer section.
Oh, probably. That makes sense.
And you can even buy garlic and ginger. You can get little cubes of them
You can get
at
tubes
most
of them
stores.
to like squeeze
True.
out.
So we're trying to make it easier on you.
We used
You
to be a garlic family.
Are you no longer a garlic family?
No. So we were doing a meal kit. Yeah, and they provided, like, whole cloves of garlic, and
Yes.
so we just started using that instead of buying the garlic, but I don't know, sometimes I miss just scooping out some garlic and plopping it in a pan and calling it good.
Now you have to use your garlic. I'm sorry, before I do that, Gabby, do you have a garlic press?
I don't have a garlic press, but I have a boyfriend, and
Okay,
he cuts my garlic for me.
there you go. Okay. See? I didn't assume that time. Anyway, lemony lentil soup, it's really good.
It is not hot and cold, it is just hot.
It is just hot, and there are no weird crunchy pieces because the rice is pre-cooked
Cooked. Yeah. Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
So, that's a positive thing.
That's a bright
And
side.
if you're interested, go to our Instagram post and find that peanut butter pie.
It looked really
It's
good.
delicious, guys,
Super
and
easy.
the recipe is right there on Instagram and Facebook.
Nice.
So, anyway, what are we drinking with this soup?
We are drinking Helos de Jupiter. It's a Wagner wine. I don't know. It's fine.
Oh,
It's
it's
okay.
fine.
Yeah. It smelled like the smell of it is really sweet and gives that, like, summery kind of vibe. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that word. But it's got a richer taste to it. Like, it's got a drier taste to it. So it just kinda throws me off.
Says
Yeah,
the pronunciation is Viognier.
sure. I am from Nebraska.
Viognier.
Viognier? Like Beyonce? Viognier?
It's weird. Anyway,
But yeah, it's not just pretty, it's golden on the outside, it's powerful, in its core, and it's named for a planet that governs transformation. Oh,
what?
because Jupiter's all about transformation. So, this chapter, we are talking about Orin and some of her trauma that she is working through, in theory.
But these chapters were rough.
It's
Were
gonna
just
get
rough.
rougher for a
It's gonna get
while.
worse, but
Yeah.
yeah,
You ready to jump into it?
I think I'm ready.
As ready as you can be?
Yes.
Okay, chapter 10. We are back in Slade's POV, and he is still struggling. Orin is still unconscious, and he is still struggling with how everything was handled.
He is walking that fine line between somewhat sanity and madness right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I mean, he is, because he had to rot Orin. I mean, that's a lot of guilt that you would have to deal with, right?
Mhm.
So he's dealing with that guilt. He's worried. Orin has been asleep now for 4 days and hasn't woken up at all.
And she's not gilding. There's
And
no
she's
gold
not
coming out of
gilding.
her.
Yeah, not at this point. Yeah.
So,
So yeah, or Slade is just keeping watch. He hasn't slept a whole lot in this whole chapter.
yeah, in the book, it talks about how he's been picking up books and just dropping them on the floor because he can't
Mhm.
focus on anything, which
Mhm.
I absolutely understand.
Yeah, it's like when
Sometimes you just can't.
you're trying to distract yourself and your mind is still racing 1,000 miles an hour and you just cannot get into a book.
Exactly. So you think,
Yep.
"Oh, maybe I'll read this book instead." Nope,
Same. I have not
nothing.
been able to settle into a book for, like, the last week.
I am trying to read that book that you recommended.
The Storyteller's Daughter or whatever. I I cannot get into it.
I'm trying,
I also am trying, and I cannot get
and
into it.
it's not that it's not a good book because it seems good. I just
I think I'm a mood reader, and I'm just not in the mood for it. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
It's, again, not a bad book, it's just not what I'm in the mood for, I guess.
yeah.
So,
Anyway, so
uh,
Slade struggling with his book decisions too. Nothing's vibing for him, and he's just staring at Oren, kind
and
of
yeah, and
willing her to
just
wake up
yeah.
and enter sibling love.
Yes, yes. Riot strolls in the door, and he's the resident realist, and he's just like, "You gotta go, my
Yeah, you
guy.
stink,
Like,
man.
you gotta shower." Well, and Slade is super powerful, and he
Yeah.
hasn't released any of his power in the last 4 days, so it's just
Mhm.
been building and building and building, and he's probably smelling like it a little
Yeah,
bit. I think the actual quote is, "You smell like rot and regret. Get your ass outside."
I love that.
I know. That is such a younger brother
Uh,
thing to say. Yeah.
and Riot is just, I think he would be the best. It's better than sending in Judd or Lou, who are both there
Mm-hmm.
too, because they're going to be nice to him and friends. And
Well,
as
and
much as they want to push, they can't get away with it as easily as Riot can. And
Slade
I
is
think
king.
that's the difference.
Slade is he technically outranks Riot too, but like
Yeah, but Riot doesn't care. It's his little brother. There's
yeah,
a difference.
exactly. Yeah, it's always easier to pick on your family than it
Yeah.
is for anyone else to pick. Yeah. So anyway, they finally get Slade out the door. Slade finally
I mean,
decides
yeah, he leaves the room, and standing in the hallway
trying to figure out what to do.
are Judd and Lou, because they've been waiting.
Well,
And
they were planning on a full attack. If Riot couldn't get
yeah,
them to go, they were all going to take their turns and talking him out of it.
I like that Lou was like, I had some ideas. And he was like, oh, yeah,
I'm never going to tell. What if I need them later?
exactly. So Slade gets out, goes for a walk to find Argo.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, it's blizzarding outside, guys.
Because of course it is.
And nobody wanted to go with him because Lou's got her super fluffy slippers on that are like monster feet in my imagination. And Judd was like, I think I'm going to just collect some wood.
I
Yeah,
think
I
I'm
got
just
to
going
get
to
stuff for the
go
fireplace.
literally anywhere else.
Yeah. So, and even Argo's like ignoring him.
Mm-hmm.
He has to
It was
coerce
like,
him.
it's fucking blizzarding, my guy.
Yeah.
But while Slade does decide to go out,
Yeah.
the only reason he agreed to do that is because Riot said that he would sit and watch Orin.
Mhm.
So Orin is never alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he promised if something happened, he would send somebody out immediately to find him.
Yep. Yep. And so
So,
yeah, Slade has to to bribe his giant bird creature.
yeah, his Timberwing bestie.
Yeah. Is that what we're calling it? Okay. All right. What else? What else do we want to talk about with this chapter?
He goes and flies. He
Mm.
goes as far away as he can without being too far away because he doesn't want to leave Orin for too long.
Isn't it his also like his normal? I don't want to say release spot because that sounds like he just goes and
I
jacks off, but
Okay. No, you're not. It's just I hadn't really thought of it that way. It's close to one of the other areas that he has released his rot in before.
I don't know if that's any better, but
It's
okay.
not. There's no good way to say this. And like Argo, he gets off of Argo and Argo goes back into the air.
Mm-hmm.
And because
Argo knows what's up. He knows what's going to happen.
and Slade has taken so long to go out and release some of this that his buildup is bad. Like even Riot commented on it when he asked him to see how bad his veins were.
Mm-hmm.
Riot was like, "This is no, you have to. You're about to explode."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Get your shit together. You
yeah.
need to get out of here. Yeah.
So he releases, I don't know for how long, it doesn't say.
I don't think it says specifically, but he's
No.
like, and I don't think he even knows. He just
No.
had to get his power was close to maxing out, I guess
Yeah.
is what I'll say. And he just had to get rid of some of it.
Yes. And he's exhausted by the end of it. And Argo drops down to get him and has to help him up
Mm-hmm.
and kind of keeps him in his saddle, like
Yep.
makes adjustments so that he'll stay in it.
Yeah, because he keeps sliding off
Yes.
and like off to the side. If anyone has ever ridden a horse, there are some horses who like try to keep you on their back. I picture it similar to that.
That's kind of what I was picturing too, is he was
Yeah.
adjusting so that he could like toss him
Slightly.
back over.
Yeah. Yeah. I never had a horse that did that, but
Did yours
I
just
hear
let you fall?
yeah.
That's nice.
Yep, it was great. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's still an aspirin of mine at one of my arenas. So,
Wow.
yeah. Yep. Gotta love them. Anyway, we're not talking about my horses. We're talking about Argo.
And Argo gets him back to the
perch.
And the caretaker is like, "Here, let me put him up for you." Oh, you love that, I can tell.
It was
Your
just a very
face
like
is just
peachy kind of
priceless.
taste. I don't know. It was maybe it needs to be colder.
So he gets back to the perch, and the caretaker is like, "Oh, did you run into General Lou or General
Judd.
Judd?" And he was like, "What?"
Why would I do that?
And he's like, yeah, they just took off to come find you.
Red
So
flag. Red
Slade
flag.
Slade just goes barreling back down to the grotto
Mm-hmm.
and runs into Hojat.
Literally almost runs him over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hojat's like, it's not Oren.
Oren's fine, I think.
It's her gold.
And that's where the chapter ends.
Yay! No yay?
No yay. No yay.
Well, can we go to Queen Kyla?
Yeah.
And the funeral service?
So we just found out that we've been saying Queen Kyla incorrectly this whole podcast.
Pretty
so
much
sorry, guys.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Queen Kyla and her mythical powers of whispers.
Yes. And this chapter starts with her on a raised portico overlooking Ranhold City's ancient mourning hall with its white columns, and everybody's cold, and there's
because they're
chanting.
Yeah. It's in the Fifth Kingdom.
Yes.
And so it's still a super cold area. And they have all of their funeral rites outside.
And it's so gross, guys. I want to tell you that they have Prince Niven on view for everyone. If you don't remember, 6 days ago, Prince Niven died. Well, no, more than that, because Oren's been asleep for 4.
Yeah.
So maybe a week? Maybe a little longer?
No, because she passed out the same day.
Okay.
Prince Niven, Midas, all of those guys died at the same time.
So we'll say 4 days then?
4 days. Still, he died via, everyone thinks, rot. Well, everyone's convinced that it was rot.
Yeah.
And the book describes it as he has black rot climbing up his face and his eyes bulged out.
Well, and he's been sitting there dead for
4 days.
However long.
Yeah.
So he's kind of bloaty. And I don't know what their process is. Do they fill them with things? Do they just let it sit and bloat?
Well,
I have questions.
But it's the Fifth Kingdom, so it's cold. So that's going to slow the decay, the decomp a little bit too.
It's still gross.
It's still gross. It's not that different than a viewing, but that's weird too. Anyway, Queen Kalia is chilling there, literally chilling. Queen Kyla is chilling there, literally chilling with her brother and his partner, his husband. Yep. And like the whole time they're just like, why are we out here? It's fucking cold. Why are they doing this outside?
And there's chanting, and there's bell ringing
and singing,
and it is not okay. And I didn't enjoy this chapter. Anyway, Kyla and her brother Manu's like, I am freezing my ass off. How are you not cold? And she's like, I am cold. But
she's a queen and she can't show any weakness, which means she can't even shiver.
And Kyla's really reflecting a lot about how fake this is.
Well, yeah, because like 5 days ago, everyone was kind of bitching about Niven and how he was just a spoiled prince, and all of a sudden today he is their prince,
their precious prince,
and they were so looking forward to him taking the crown, and blah 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 blah, and we won't get into that because honestly, it's kind of the same thing that people do today.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of whispering, and she's trying to pull out the stories, and she's looking around at the crowd and noticing these noble women are wiping their tears every time the bell goes off, even though they're not really crying. And she kind of looks at Hagen Folk, who is the new king of Fifth Kingdom, because Manu,
they picked him.
Yep. Kyla, did I say it right that time? Kyla.
I've given up.
Kyla and Manu handled it so that Hagen would be the next king because his father was technically the next in line because he did have power.
Yep.
But he was old. He was set in his ways.
And they didn't think he was.
They didn't think he was an appropriate choice, so he died.
Crazy. It's crazy how much death is going on right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And Hagen's power is that he has impenetrable skin. So
I forgot about that. Yeah.
If somebody tries to attack him and he activates his power, they won't be able to kill him. And he's going to need that because people are going to come after him.
It's that way with any transfer of power,
Yes.
right? Like even in the corporate world, anytime there's a new leader, there's almost always a mass exodus of team members. So, yeah.
And Kyla puts on such a good show. Outwardly, she just looks like the grieving.
She's
Is
also a
she a
grieving
widow?
widow. Well, I don't think
Is
were they
she?
married?
Because they weren't married. They just announced their engagement, but they're kind of
Well,
treating her like a widow. Well, she is a widow because of
technically, yeah, of her first
her
husband.
first husband, but they're treating her like Midas's widow too
Hmm.
when
They
they
weren't
weren't
technically
married.
married. Yeah.
She has some serious thoughts going.
She plays the game. She's never
Yes.
playing in the moment. She's playing 3, 4, 5, 6 moves ahead.
Mhm.
And she knows exactly how to manipulate people.
And she's listening to all the stuff going around, like poor Prince Niven,
Mm.
all that, and they're talking about Orin and Midas.
Well, because they're convinced that Orin stole Midas's power. And
Yes.
that would be gossip worthy. I would be gossiping about that. Are you kidding me? Heck yeah. I'd be talking about that all day. Orin is being painted as a golden traitor. Midas's death is being buried beneath scandal and gossip, like any good death should be. But yeah, Queen K is using all of this discourse to her advantage,
Mhm.
which is that is her superpower. Yes, she can use the whispers and whatever voices, but she is a trained courtesan. She knows how to work the courts and how to work people. So,
And this is giving her a chance to take control of not just Third Kingdom, but Sixth as well, because she's got plans. She's going to be
fourth and
helping.
no, fifth and sixth.
Well, yeah, well, Fifth because she's got a little puppet on a string,
Right.
but her
Sixth
end
for
goal is to
sure
get Sixth
because
as well.
Midas. Yeah.
So after the funeral, which I'm sure is very, very sad and beautiful, even though Niven
It's
is
weird and gross.
it's weird and gross. Um, Kyla, Manu, and Keon ride back to the castle.
They replaced the doors.
They go back to Ranhold so that they can celebrate Hagen's coronation. Because that's what the dinner is, isn't it?
I thought that was still a like a wake almost
Oh, okay.
of Niven. It's because they talked a lot about Niven and like told stories about him and how great he was and blah 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 blah.
And while they are on their way back to Ranhold, Manu asks if she heard
Anything good?
anything good, and she basically says it's exactly what I've been
Wanting.
waiting for,
Yeah.
wanting. People are blaming Orin. They're terrified. They're outraged. This is so easy. I can't believe how easy this was.
Which is that not a little bit of a red flag that things are too easy? Or am I just jaded?
I think people were just really easy to control because there was too much going on.
That could be.
Finding the one person to blame, that's what every angry mob does.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, look at the news. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So they get to Ranhold, and, like you said, they've replaced the doors
Yep.
because they had to,
Because everything was wrecked by gold.
but you can still see the gold all around,
Yeah.
which is insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then they
just
go to change.
well, yeah, because it's a new meal, so you need a new wardrobe.
Okay.
I've been doing it wrong too, if that makes you feel any better.
Thank you.
But yeah, she takes her place at the head of the table. She listens to the advisors and all the VIPs talking about toddler stories about Niven and how great he was and blah 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 blah.
She does notice during the meal that all of the advisors are men.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of short sighted of Fifth Kingdom. But it's telling of them too.
I think it's a very typical thing in this world. That being said, we really only know about Sixth Kingdom and Fifth Kingdom, and
Mhm.
we're getting a little bit of taste of Fourth and how different it is.
Yeah,
But
fourth and third.
yeah, yeah.
But I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm sure she's
Those-
going to find that out in Sixth Kingdom too, because There's no way Midas had any women on his advisory staff.
Well, no, women are only good for one thing, and it's not advising.
Oh, fair.
But yeah. So Queen Kyla, Queen K. Once the plates are cleared, she like stands up at the table and delivers this very like tear-jerking speech basically about like it's time that we unite all the kingdoms and we really need everyone to throw in their support to
Hagen.
Hagen. And I have complete faith that he is going to lead the kingdom into prosperity and blah 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 and other royal decrees. It's been a minute since I read this chapter.
I can tell.
She is fake crying this whole time. She is working the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
She praises the funeral rites, which I think is kind of funny, considering they just spent the rest of the chapter complaining about them.
Yeah.
And and then and then she drops the bomb. She is calling a royal conflux, which is a meeting of all the monarchs to stand united against Orin.
Gasp.
What? Gasp. Yeah, and she is leaning into the Orin is a monster, and she betrayed Midas, and now she has run away with Slade, and she is clearly manipulating Slade because who else would want to be with just a lowly saddle?
Clearly.
Like, yeah.
Oh, sorry, my eyeballs hurt.
from the eye rolling.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody's just stunned by this.
I don't think they call a lot of royal confluxes. Confluxes?
Confluxes. That's just.
We read, you guys.
Like Gabby said, clearly there haven't been a lot of royal confluxes. So Hagen seems a little nervous.
Well, Hagen's also not trained for royalty. Like, they handpicked him.
I don't think that he ever expected that that was going to be an option for him.
Well, because he's far enough down the line that,
exactly.
He's royal in name only.
Yes.
And the fact that he has power, I guess.
And Kyla is she is chef's kiss.
Yeah.
She doesn't need anything other than her voice.
She knows how to wield her power.
And her beauty to lead people.
I mean,
she is good. I am impressed.
Her power, like when you hear her power, you're like, oh, well, that's kind of lame. But what she does with it and how much damage she can do with it is impressive.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and she like we talked about, she knows how to work the crowd. She knows how to manipulate people. Her brother, same. He's a master manipulator as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know how I feel. I really want to like
Manu.
I really want to like him. I don't know much about his husband, but I feel like if I have to like one, I have to like the other.
What rule says that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Society. We don't know enough about him to not like him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Queen K she knows how to work her power. But anyway, are you ready for chapter 12?
Chapter 12.
Slade. We're back to Slade. Yeah. We're coming back to Orin, and the 3 scariest words that you can hear at a moment like this, which is her gold is awake.
And considering the last time it was awake, her gold
and the damage it did, and yeah.
So he's probably freaking out quite a bit.
He is hella freaking out.
So he goes running down the hall to his room.
Yep. And he bursts into the door, and Orin is just, floating on some gold.
It's fine.
Out. She is still completely in a coma or asleep or not conscious. And gold is just leaking out of her.
Yes. It's pooling underneath her. And Riot's like, nope, it wasn't me. I didn't touch anything. This was not me. I sent for you as soon as it happened.
It's not my fault. I was just here when it happened.
Yeah.
But Slade jumps immediately into action, which does not surprise me. He's a commander. He's a king.
Yes.
He's an older brother, firstborn. He's going to jump right in and take charge. He runs back down the hall, snatches blankets from Riot's room, and they use the blankets to shield themselves so that they can pick up, so that Slade can pick up Orin and run. back out into the blizzard,
Of course.
into another cave.
He just wants to get his steps in this week. He's
Well,
got a 10K goal per
correct.
day.
Sure, yeah. And BD. Really, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get Oren away from the villagers. They don't want her gilding the entire village, and they saw what kind of damage she could do at the castle. And at this point in the story, we don't know anything about the villagers except that they exist.
Yes.
I'm going to give a spoiler here.
You're allowed.
Spoiler. We know, having read these books, that the villagers are refugees, I'm going to say, from Anwin.
They're the former servants of the Breaker.
Yep. Of the
We'll
Breaker,
go with this for now.
Yeah.
Slade and Riot's father.
Yep. Which I guess they're not Fae, they're humans because they were the servants.
The human, yeah, they are the human servants, but they can't leave this town.
Because people have tried and they died.
The people that were originally in Anwin,
yes,
have tried and died.
Yes.
If they are born here, they can leave. We know that because we find that out later.
The exception, obviously, being Riot
and Slade.
Yep.
And I think that's because the magic is tied to them. That's keeping this village the way it is.
Slade feels a lot of pressure and responsibility to keep these villagers safe. In his mind, they are stuck there because of what he did, and we will talk about what he did, quote unquote, what he did.
Later in this book,
yeah, it is. You won't have to wait that long, yeah.
We finally find out why they call him Rip.
Yes, and it is not because he rips the heads off his enemies or rips loud ones.
I really wanted it to be the first one. But anyway.
Yes. So the moral of the story is Slade feels a lot of responsibility to the villagers and wants to protect them. He wants to protect Oren. Obviously, he's dealing with a lot of guilt and responsibility.
And even Digby comes in to help because they're kind of yelling.
Everyone's freaking out.
When you're freaking out like that, you're not quiet. No. I don't care how you think you are.
How calm you are in an emergency. Yeah.
So they're wrapping her up in a blanket. I think he brings in another blanket.
He brings in like a whole handful of blankets because Riot has to lift her up a little bit.
Yes.
So that Slade can scoop under her and pick her up and carry her out.
Yes.
They talk a lot about her gold in this chapter and how, like, the texture of it. I don't know if texture is what I want to say, but like the thickness of it. They call it, they refer to it a lot as like thick and syrupy, which is not her normal gold. Normally her gold is watery, flowy,
I don't,
thinner. Like, it's just not as viscous.
Viscous. That's a good word.
Yeah. See, I read, guys. Anyway, he picks up Oren and eventually scoops her up, bursts out of the house, leaves Digby in the dark, and runs back out into the blizzard. You know, like the hero he is.
Yes.
Just another Tuesday for him.
And instead of going in the direction of the
village
perch or the village, he goes in the when he would go to the perch in one way, he goes the other way.
Yep.
So there's like a fork in the road and he takes the opposite fork.
Yep. Imagery.
And he gets her into a cave.
He dives into the cave. He is running for his life, for Oren's life, for the villager's life. And the gold is still leaking, but it's not doing anything.
No, she's not controlling it because she's still unconscious.
But even her powers aren't doing anything to protect her. It's just, you know, like it's just hanging out.
Well, I mean, technically they're protecting her because it's not gilding her clothes. It's not gilding her.
True. But it's not.
It's just not doing anything.
Either.
It's just sitting there in a pool of gold, waiting to be told what to do, I guess.
Yep.
So it's like flubber before it knows it's flubber.
So, I mean, this is another sign, I'm going to say, that her power, I'm not going to say it has a mind of its own, but it is a defensive thing for her. And so I think it's just kind of waiting for the
instructions.
Threat. Yeah. But she is in pain. She starts moaning. She starts thrashing. She starts waking up,
Yeah, and
for
he's
lack of
been
a better
trying to
term.
wake her up for days,
For
but
yeah,
even
3
more so
days.
now
Yeah,
because it's important that he gets her to stop letting the gold just
yeah.
flow.
She
She's
needs
gotta
to
do
wake up
something with
so
it.
she can control it. Yeah. And so he is freaking out. He specifically says, "I'm not going to rot you again. You need to get your shit together." Well, he doesn't say you need to get your shit together,
Yeah.
but he does say, "I'm not rotting you again, so you need to wake up." And she does, and the gold
Mhm.
just erupts. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
It's crawling across the ground, it's creeping up against the walls, it's going full on just creepy mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
And after she screams and the gold starts moving, she stops screaming and the gold stops moving.
And her aura flashes. For a minute, it looks like she's not on the brink of death again.
Yay, no death.
And then, and then it fades back again. Yep. Her aura dims, the gold freezes, and then her eyes snap open.
But it's not really Orin.
It's not Orin.
But it's not the Orin that Slade
Yes.
knows.
Correct. Yeah. It is. There's something ancient behind those eyes, something that
Mhm.
watches him like prey. It's her face side. Her face side is peeking out.
And her face side is mad.
And she full on just attacked, like she wakes up and attacks him.
Yes. She
And
starts capturing him with her gold, which is it's fantastic.
it's great watching her face side take control
Mhm.
and knowing what she can do. And Slade kind of loves it. A, I think he's relieved.
Yes.
And B, her face side's coming out to play. And he's also a fae. Like he knows about the dual personalities.
Sure.
Makes it sound like they're schizophrenic, but yeah, why
I
not?
mean, I think it's just that
Dual
he
natures,
understands
maybe.
he understands how to accept
Mm.
that fey nature that she has been suppressing for so long
Mm-hmm.
that now it's just fucking feral.
Yep.
But yeah, he does. He loves it, but he also knows it's still not fully Orin, and
No.
he needs to get Orin back out to play too.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. So,
So
chapter 13.
this is a good chapter, guys. This is now that Orin's awake.
Yep.
One,
Yes.
she's beaten this. She's trying to fight Slade. Unfortunately for Orin, that even though her face side is in control and she's angry as all hell and has control of her gold, she's still not trained. Not like he is.
No, she is Slade is trained in warfare and battle and defense maneuvers
Yes.
and he's also training other soldiers. So he's got
Yeah.
all of that experience behind him. And Orin is trained in doing her hair
Yes.
and saddlery work is the nicest way I'm going to say that.
And she's a good pickpocket.
Oh, and she's a good
She could put
pickpocket.
that
You're right. Yep.
on her resume for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. And we could call it like creative disbursement of funds. Come to me for your resume writing needs.
But this chapter opens when she's lashing out at Slade
Mm-hmm.
and she captures him, but he just kind of lets her.
Oh, he's toying with her,
Yeah. And
and he is yeah.
he's loving it.
Oh yeah. As not a morning person, when he says, "Oh, you're finally awake," and she growls, and he says, not a morning person." I felt that in my soul.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and he challenges her. He's trying to poke the bear.
he's goading her.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. And his face side is loving it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the whole fight is basically he he lets his spikes come out so she knows that he means business. I'm
Mhm.
using air quotes there,
Mhm.
guys, because
Yep.
well, this isn't a fight. But he wants her to see him as a potential threat so that she will kind of attack
Yeah. Well, he's trying to like I'm gonna say wear her out.
and make her wake up.
Mhm.
Make Orin fully wake up, not just her face side.
So he's taunting her, saying things like, "Is that all you got?" Or "You're gorgeous when you're unhinged." And I don't know about you, but whenever someone says you're beautiful when you're mad, I kind of want to stab them in the throat.
She definitely tries.
Yeah.
First she catches his feet, then
Mhm.
she tries to put him to the wall,
Pin him
like,
to the
pin
wall,
him to the
yeah.
wall.
Yep.
She does a lot of her ideas are sound how she's attacking, it's just that he knows how to counter them.
He's a trained
So,
warrior,
because he's
and she
trained.
is not. But Slade pulls a full dodgeball. He knows how to dip, dive, dodge, and dodge.
Yeah,
Dip?
and
Yeah.
eventually, since this went from being a fight to foreplay, she eventually just kind of pounces on him and starts kissing him and
Mhm.
tearing at his clothes.
Oh, she
'Cause
absolutely
who
jumps
doesn't,
him.
right?
And
Yeah.
it's not a sweet or slow seduction.
No, this
No,
is
feral. Yeah.
urgent and violent,
Mhm.
and she's begging to be punished.
Yeah. And that
She wants him to hurt her.
and Slade is here's the thing. So, like, a little bit of pain in the midst of all of that, when it is
Mhm.
consensual, is completely different, right? Like, as long as everybody's on board for it,
Yeah.
a little bit of pain can heighten that activity. When one person is not into it, or when it's not consensual for both sides, or if one person is using it as a punishment, not so great. Not so
No.
great. And Slade freezes the minute that Orin is like, I need to be punished. And he's like,
Mm.
huh.
Mid thrust, by the way, guys, because she's
Yeah.
riding him.
Yep.
I mean, they're up against a wall, and he is gripping her and pulling her down on him,
Yes. Yep.
which eventually ends up to him being on the floor
Yes. Yeah.
so that she can ride him. Like,
So she has the control. Yeah.
yes, which is
Yep.
what it switches to
Mhm.
after this because he's like, "Nope,
I'm not punishing you for
mm-mm."
that. You did nothing to warrant being quote unquote punished. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His line is, "You don't deserve punishment, Orin, you deserve reward."
Which okay, I have mixed feelings about. Cuz like on one hand, it's about time she found her spine.
Yes.
Okay, I think we can agree on that. And it's about time that she stood up for herself. I don't know if she can get away with killing someone and not being punished for it. Like, I think that's my line. I think murdering someone is my line.
Okay. I accept that, actually. You know?
But
There has to be some type of repercussion.
I don't think Midas would have let them just ride off into the sunset either. Like, I think Midas getting
Uh,
killed would have been the only way that she would have been able to leave.
he proved that
Multiple times.
in the last book
Yeah. Yeah.
at the end when he was holding a knife to her throat.
Yes. Yeah.
So, that's 100% proof he was never planning to let her go.
No.
She was his literal golden ticket.
So, the moral of my story is I don't think she deserves reward, but I also don't know if she deserves to be punished. If I was on the jury, I don't know how I would sway on that one. Like justifiable homicide maybe.
House arrest, wear an
Yeah.
anklet,
10
whatever.
years maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
But she starts crying after he says that to her, and he's still touching her, like, he's not punishing her. He's just trying to make her feel good.
Yes.
Because that's the end goal for him anyway, is he wants her to get off, he wants to get off, and he wants it to be good.
Yes. And so she eventually ends up on top of him like we talked about,
Mhm.
and he keeps doing that thing with his finger, but he does not change anything about that. He lets her completely take control and he just keeps doing what he's been doing. And she's like, I what but I want to be punished. And I kind of get where Orin is coming from. She wants to feel something again and she feels bad for what she did.
Mhm.
So in her mind, what she did was awful and she needs to atone for it.
Yes, and she tries to make it violent,
Mhm. And
and he's just like,
he's not playing
"No."
that game. Yeah. Yep. And they eventually finish,
Yes.
and then Orin comes back to herself and takes a look around and is like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah. There's gold splashed everywhere
Yeah,
against the
on the
walls.
cave,
It's
yeah.
in his hair,
It's on his
it's on
clothes.
his clothes, it's
Yeah.
on her clothes, but it's still that weird sludgy
Mhm.
feeling And when she
Syrupy,
stands
thicky,
up
yeah.
and tries to back away from it, it tries to absorb into her skin, which freaks her out even
Her
worse.
gold has never done that before. Also, much better when it's chilled.
Okay.
But she scrambles away. She's trying to get dressed. She's terrified of her own magic. She's terrified of her own gold. What happened with Midas and what happened with her gold and her losing control was traumatic.
Yes.
No matter how we feel about this book, no matter how we feel about Oren, no matter how we feel about Midas, I think everyone can agree that this was a traumatic event.
Yes.
Slade is unfazed.
He really is.
He's just like, well, this is what we're doing now. He does a really good job of like grounding her, helping her stabilize, reminding her who she is.
This is why he is a top tier book boyfriend.
He is top tier. He is easily my top 3.
Because he accepts that she went crazy and did some heinous things. But he also accepts that she's finally coming into herself.
Yep.
And he wants to help her understand what she did and accept what she did.
I don't want to say work through what she did because that sounds awful, but like just he wants to be there for her.
He wants to be
he's
there.
Not trying to change anything.
No.
He's accepting of everything.
We know that ultimately he wants to teach her how to control her power.
Yes.
You can see that in the pages. He wants to help her do that. Right now, she's not in the right headspace for it.
And he knows that, and he recognizes that, and and that's honestly, that's probably why he makes such a good commander too, or a good leader, is because he knows how to read his people that way.
Yes.
So, and then Oren asks the question that has been haunting her, I'm sure, since she regained consciousness, is, what did I do? And she has a full-on meltdown.
She does.
And I get it. I would have too. Like, after all that coming back to me in bits and pieces, I would have had a meltdown too.
I agree.
And the last lines of this chapter is, I became a monster, she whispers, and Slade says, no, baby, not a monster, a fae. And I don't know how I feel about that.
He was very matter of fact about it. I mean, proud also, but matter of fact about it.
The fae are different. Liked. They're much more, I don't want to say animalistic, but that's the only word I can think of right now.
I mean, they're just closer to their more base instincts.
Okay, I like that.
So,
yeah, base instincts is a good way to phrase it.
Humans suppress and fae embrace.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a different culture. Neither one is bad or better or wrong or right. It's just different, right? Yeah. And it's so the first time I read this, I was a little weirded out about the sex scene at this moment. No, you weren't. I'm just getting a blink at me.
I'm not frozen. I'm sorry. No, I wasn't, because I thought she kind of needed it.
See, okay, and I think this is just my Catholic guilt coming up, you know? Like, if I was in the midst of a nervous breakdown, I would not want to be touched, and I definitely don't want to bang, right? But I can totally see where Oren is coming from, and I can see how that would have grounded her. It took me a minute, but in this chapter, sex isn't the cure. It's just part of her choosing to feel what she needs to feel. Yes. Does that make sense?
It does to me.
Okay. Well, we've also been friends for 1,000 years, so like I don't have to use full sentences with you.
True. 3 dots tell a lot, guys.
It's the 3 blinks that I get.
Yeah.
Chapter 14.
We're going into Oren's point of view now.
Yes, this is the first of many Oren's point of views, much to Jen's chagrin.
It's okay. It's fine.
Is it though?
I mean, it's not chapter 15, so I'm good. Chapter 15 is just wrong, guys. It is wrong.
But until then, chapter 14.
Chapter 14.
Oren is waking up with post freak out shame mode. Not waking up, but she's deep in her, oh God, what did I do? I feel so shamed. Yeah. She's looking around at the aftermath. Cave walls are streaked in gold. The ground is puddled with hardened magic, and every glint is reflecting the moment she lost herself. And she has lost control one other time, and that result was devastating.
Yes. And this is just reminding her of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so first thing she's asking for is, where are my gloves? And because she doesn't know she wasn't wearing them already.
Yeah. Yep.
Like they didn't have them on her while she was passed out.
Why would you?
So Slade stares at her for a minute and then takes off his own gloves, which have splashes of gold all over
Well, there's
them.
gold fucking everywhere. So
Yeah.
I think Raven Kennedy did a really good job of showcasing how she just slammed down her walls.
Yes. And she didn't slam. These are like steel walls at this point,
Like you could
guys.
almost hear the clang of the walls dropping into place when you read this chapter. It's a hard thing to describe. I can't imagine trying to write it, and Raven did a great job.
I agree.
So, Oren takes Slade's gloves. She doesn't meet his eyes. She's embarrassed about everything. She's embarrassed about losing control. She's embarrassed about what happened with Midas. She's embarrassed about how she, quote unquote, used Slade to feel something, which she did, but again, it was consensual. So was it actually using him?
And Slade, being Slade, immediately reminds her she's got nothing that she needs to be ashamed of.
Mm-hmm.
They're Fae.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting and fucking go hand in hand.
There's that like base instinct we talked about.
Yes.
Yep.
And he even points out to her, because she makes a comment about she must not be that much of a Fae because her ears are rounded.
Yep.
And he says,
So are mine.
so are mine. And
Yeah.
he goes from being in rip form to being in rot form to show her his rounded ears. And he says, it's because I'm only half Fae, which is not something that we as readers knew or that Oren knew.
True. We knew that he was.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. We knew it because we've been reading about young Slade.
Yeah. Yeah. And we
In the
knew that
earlier
his
chapters.
mom was human.
His mother's human. So we knew that he was half Fae, but Oren had no idea.
Yep.
But it made her feel better.
And she feels, for a moment, she feels normal.
Mhm.
Right? Like everything just kind of clicked back into place.
And then she sways a little.
Yeah, well, she's exhausted. She
Because,
expelled a lot of power, and then they banged one out.
and some calories. And
Mhm.
she hasn't eaten in 4 days. That's
True.
got to take a lot out of a girl.
I don't know how she didn't go to the bathroom immediately after waking up.
I didn't either. I didn't understand that. Because that would have been my first thing too. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. But you're on your water drinking journey, so like every 5 minutes you gotta pee. So
you know what? That's true. That is
anyway,
true. Anyway,
they go back, trudging through the snowstorm. They're going back to the grotto.
this is after he rewraps her in all of those blankets that have the gold splashed all over
Well,
them.
they had to go through a blizzard. I would want to be
So-
wrapped in a burrito
and-
too.
She didn't know that she could hear the weather, but it didn't click.
Yeah.
So
Well, she was a little distracted.
him wrapping her, I mean, was a good thing because it kept her from
Freezing.
frostbite.
Yeah. We come back a little bit later to Lou yelling at Oren. Just yelling.
To tell her to wake up. Bitch has been asleep for 4 days.
Get
She
up.
has slept enough.
Quit being so lazy. Get up.
I love Lou for that because Slade would have just let her keep sleeping forever.
Well, here's the thing. Slade last book would not have done that.
No, but this book, for some reason, he is.
So I think he's working through a lot of his own guilt and trauma, and that's why
He
he's
is.
backed off so much. Is he also feels really bad about what happened to Oren.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's overcompensating for that fact.
Yes. So Lou wakes her up.
In the best
And
way. Yeah.
she starts kind of looking around and realizes Slade's still holding her. So he carried her down from
The cave. Down to the grotto.
Down to the grotto, into the house. He sat down in one of his comfy chairs and just let her sleep.
Ugh. So romantic.
And Lou is like, hell no, bitch.
Nope,
wake the fuck up.
Let's go. We got things to do.
It's
I
time.
haven't talked to you in 4 days and I'm surrounded by men. I need some girl
And
talk.
I need a woman, please, dear God. And Judd, of course, is Judd and is like, well, you cheat at cards. And that's just, I love that. He's just like, well, you cheat at cards. And you steal the wine.
Yep.
Seriously, Judd? Seriously.
I think I am Judd.
So they're bickering.
Of course they are.
Oren kind of gets up and starts to look around. Slade asks her how she's doing, and she completely ignores the question.
She can't face it yet.
No, she's not ready for that yet. So she asks where they are. And everybody's kind of looking at Slade like, can we answer her?
Yeah. How much do we tell her of where we are?
Other than, they say that they're at the grotto, and she's like, well,
where the fuck is that?
So they go Drawlord Village.
And then she's like, so are we in Fourth Kingdom or are we still in Fifth Kingdom? And they're like, we don't know, actually, because it was part of Fifth Kingdom, but that's the part that Slade negotiated with Midas, but now Midas is dead, and who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're just staring at each other.
So they eventually do explain to her that she's in a cave.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps, after Slade asks her how she's feeling, she's like, nope. So she kind of avoids his question, talks to Judd about the game that he's been playing with.
The card games, because she's been trying to get Digby to play drinking games or card games.
And he's like, I don't think you'd like it. I mean,
Lucci's, so.
And everybody keeps looking to Slade like, what do I answer her? What do I do? And
Slade tries checking in, and yeah, Oren finally is just like, I'm not ready to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Which is probably the most honest thing she's said since she's woken up.
Yes. And just when everything gets a little too emotional in the room, emotionally charged, thank God for little brothers.
I'll never admit it, but yes, just kidding. He walks into the room and he is carrying groceries. Yeah. He went and raided the root cellar, and so he's got root vegetables, some wine, grains. He's just a hodgepodge of groceries. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's how that chapter ends, is Fake Rip enters the room. So since we're finishing this chapter, do you think that Slade wants to talk about what she did or what he did?
I think Slade wants to get it off his chest. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. Like, I don't think he wants to be selfish. I think it's killing him that she does not know what he did, and he wants everything to be out in the open.
See, and I thought he just wanted to discuss it with her because I thought that he thinks she remembers.
I see where you're coming from. Respectfully disagree. That's fair. I think he's a man, and I think he wants to get his guilt out in the open as much as he is my book boyfriend. I think he's still just, I think he wants to get everything out in the open, not necessarily because she remembers or he thinks that she remembers, but because he can't let it go.
Okay. I accept that.
Good. He's going to fight over it.
So now we're going to go to the worst chapter in the entire book.
You say that as a chef.
I'm not a chef. But man, this one. Chapter 15's Oren still, and we get to meet Riot, and he walks in the room, and
he looks exactly like Slade.
He does, and she's just like, wow. She's just kind of staring at him, trying to pick out the differences in the two, other than the aura, because clearly Riot doesn't have Slade's aura. So there are subtle differences between the two. And he makes this weird comment like, it's nice to see you when you're not leaking all over the place or something.
Something to that effect, yeah. And Oren's immediately like, oh my God, did I pee myself when I was passed out? Judd doesn't laugh, which kind of leads me to believe that she did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally he clarifies that it was her gold.
Yes. Yeah.
And this conversation takes a weird turn for her because nobody's ever been that open about her power.
That's true. Yeah. And
she's always been suppress.
And she struggles with it a little bit. Like, it catches her off guard.
But in her mind, she's still thinking about the peeing.
So, speaking of that, can I go wash?
And he's like, what?
Speaking of what?
Thankfully, Lou catches on and saves her so Lou takes her to her room.
To Lou's room. Yep.
To Lou's room and says, I've got some clothes set aside for you.
Yep.
So
washroom is right down the hallway. Yeah. Yep.
It's right here. Each bedroom has its own washroom.
That's right. You're right.
So they're like en suites. Is that what you call it?
I'm sure.
Whatever.
I'm not that bougie.
I'm not either. That's why I'm asking. Come on now.
While Oren is washing up, though, her back twinges, and there's a flash of pain that goes down her spine.
Mm-hmm. And she's not ready for that yet.
Nope. You can. Her walls slam back down. She's not
Yep.
thinking about it. Like her inner monologue is just, "I'm not going there. I'm not thinking about it. I can't do it right now. I can't." And so she changes, cleans up, walks back out into the living room, and the tension is thick.
Yeah, because she walks into the room and everybody stops talking and just looks at her.
Ugh, that's
Seriously,
the worst
that's the
feeling.
worst feeling. You know, when that happens,
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about you.
Yeah. Good, bad,
Or at least that's
ugly.
your
Yeah.
assumption.
Yeah. How would you not
I mean,
assume that? Yeah.
in her case, it's definitely true.
Definitely accurate, for sure. Yeah.
And Riot talks about how he got this stuff for dinner because he's assuming nobody else has eaten, but it's not his turn to cook.
Good for him. Way to put his foot down. And so Oren
And then the worst thing
jumps
happens.
Listen, she's struggling, okay? And she just wants to feel
Okay.
useful.
But Judd really wanted to cook.
She wants to feel useful. She wants to get away from everybody, and everybody's
Mhm.
staring at her and looking at her with pity, and she's just like, "Well, I'll go do it." And she like runs into the pantry.
Riot's like, I did not mean you.
It's like, I want to be very, very clear here. Like, when I said this, I was talking to literally everybody but you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she goes into the kitchen. By the way, this kitchen sounds amazing.
Doesn't it though?
You know, it's got 3 white walls.
Mm-hmm.
The other wall's brick, and it's where the stove,
Mm-hmm.
what we call a stove,
Yeah.
is. It's got the burners on the top. It's got fire embers in it. I'm sure next to it is the area that would be like for
Prep
baking
zone.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's counter space and there's a pantry because we know that because that's what Riot walks into to put away the groceries.
Mm-hmm.
And after he leaves, Oren goes in there and starts looking around and has no idea.
She's like, "Oh yeah, actually, I've never cooked a day in my whole life."
How hard could it be? I was not good at cooking when I was younger. And I will openly admit that I was bad. And that is probably how Oren is at this point.
Well, I mean, let's think about it though. She was a child beggar, so I'm sure she never
Yes.
cooked during then. Then she was a royal saddle. I'm sure she never cooked then.
Well, she wasn't allowed to leave her cage. They never said, and she has the bathroom and the kitchen.
Yeah, it was always
That
just
never came up.
Yeah, so I'm sure she's never had to cook for herself, and a lot of her meals were like charcuterie board type stuff,
Yes.
meats and cheeses, and yeah. Oren frantically looks around the pantry like,
Yeah.
what can I do that
What
won't
do
be
people
bad?
eat?
Yeah. And she settles on peas, rice, and eggs, which could be fried rice.
Yes,
That
it
could be fried rice.
That is something that people eat.
Yes. And wine.
And then wine.
Yeah, because I also cook with wine, so I get that. Yeah.
Yes. She's just really happy to have a little bit of time to herself.
Well, she wants to get away from the prying eyes, the pity eyes, the questions.
I'm going to complain about the cook also, because who puts spices in their cupboards without labeling them? Because Oren, as she's cooking and drinking, there are spices, a lot of them apparently, but they're not labeled.
Okay, but like, how many spices look like other spices?
I'm going to tell you a story about my mother. Okay, guys, my mother is not a good cook at all. Okay, when I was like 5 or 6 years old, I was in Girl Scouts. And you know how sometimes you all take turns bringing treats in. My mother was making us chocolate chip cookies, and we were out of cinnamon. And she used a savory spice. It was something that was a similar color to cinnamon. So she just assumed because the colors were similar,
oh no,
they would work the same.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, yes. I never had to bring treats again.
Crazy.
And not long after that, my grandmother bought me a cookbook.
Your grandma was like, we need to start you now.
It gets better. The name of the cookbook is You Can Be a Better Cook Than Mama Ever Was.
Oh my God.
This is a real cookbook, guys. I actually I have a copy of it back there somewhere, but the bottom shelves of my bookshelf are not as organized as the top, so I can't show it to you.
Yeah.
But I bought another copy of it because I lost the one from when I was younger. So I found it on Amazon. It's a used book, of course, because it's no longer in print.
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how bad of a cook my mom is. She and Oren are on the same level.
Yeah. So
It takes her an hour to cook dinner.
I mean, I've cooked for an hour.
Have you cooked rice, eggs, and peas for an hour?
Well, no, I don't cook peas because peas are disgusting.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So she goes, dinner's done.
Dinner's served.
And everybody just like rushes in. It's like they were standing out there waiting, going, the fuck is taking so long?
What does that smell?
Whoa. I would have been worried about that too. Because it's probably smoky in there and there's probably not good scents coming out.
Yeah.
And everybody sits at the table.
Everyone
that's in the
except
kitchen.
Slade.
That's true.
He's a gentleman through and through.
And he pulls out a bench that's for him and Oren to sit in. So she sits down. He sits down. She pulls the lid off of
Judd's like,
the
all
first
right,
cauldron,
what's for dinner?
and
the reactions are priceless. Lou is like, why is the rice green?
She can't even tell that it's rice.
That's fair.
Actually,
just why is it green?
What's on the menu? And Oren pulls the lid off and says rice. And then Lou says, why is it green? And she says, the peas melted. So she's serving people their food on 2 plates. And after 2 heaping spoonfuls, when she's going to put a third on Riot's, he's like,
nope, I'm
we're good. And then she pulls out the eggs. And they're like, what are those? Because apparently it's giving off a terrible smell.
What's that smell?
And Oren says, eggs. And drops a spoonful for everybody to, and then it's like, dig in.
And like, nobody eats. They all look at Slade like, are you really going to make us do this?
And finally, Slade gets a forkful, and everybody else does. And Oren sticks hers in her mouth, and she says, oh my God. Oh my God.
This is awful.
This is awful.
And she goes on to describe it in this chapter, and she's like, somehow it is hot and cold and chewy and lumpy all at the same time.
Yes. Parts of it are cooked and uncooked. The spices are fighting with each other.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
And
Slade chokes it down.
Yep. And everybody else is like, no, it's good. And she finally, after she takes a bite of the eggs, no, Slade takes a bite of the eggs.
And everyone's eyes widen.
And she finally says, you guys can stop pretending for my sake. And Judd's like, thank fuck, and spits it out.
Okay, so my favorite thing that my dad does to my mom. So my parents have been married for like 100 years. Right?
Oh, nice.
They're high school sweethearts. They've been together forever, right? And instead of ever being like, this meal fucking sucks, he'll just tell my mom, like, we don't have to keep this recipe. And that's his very polite way of being like, this was fucking awful.
That's the sweetest thing.
So yeah, anyway, I'm picturing Slade being like, we don't have to make this again. Yeah. Yep.
Those poor people.
And then so Judd spits out his food, says thank fuck, and then like goes and rummages through the pantry and pulls out like cheese and bread and charcuterie board stuff.
And wine.
Oren and more
offers wine.
Yeah.
And goes and grabs it. And yeah. And when she goes to stand up.
Yes. The back hurts again.
Fast.
Yep.
And she just kind of goes, I stubbed my toe.
Yep. Slade notices because of course he does. But they drink and they snack.
And he's trying to get her to talk.
And she's, not tonight. Not tonight. Okay, and I get that. Like
I get that.
I need to be ready to talk about it when I'm ready to talk about it. You can't
force it.
If you force it, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna say things I'm gonna regret. I just need a minute just to soak in it, and just organize my thoughts and work through it myself, and then we can talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, Oren's back still hurts, and she's a terrible cook is the moral of that chapter.
But on the plus side from this chapter, one, we do get our first bright side of this entire book, and it is that the wine is good. And they do end up, I mean, even with the whatever that was supposed to be
The
for
meal,
food,
yeah.
they still have they do have a really good time.
It's definitely a found family moment, right? Like, where you
Mhm.
can give shit about a terrible meal and still manage to find some snacks and some card games and some wine to just sit down and chill.
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely reminds me of my early 20s where, like, people would just show up at my house and be like, "Hey, I brought a pizza." Break out the wine, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm not doing what I was gonna do today. I guess we're hanging out instead." You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then we go to chapter 16,
Chapter 16.
which is Oren's point of view.
I think the rest of these chapters are Oren's
Our
PO.
Oren's point
Yeah,
of view, yeah.
yeah.
And girl is thankful that they are in a cave.
We so this chapter opens to Oren waking up,
Mhm.
and she is waking up not hungover, but her body hurts. And
Yes.
considering what just happened yesterday, the spewing of the gold, the back trauma she's had, the emotional trauma she's had, it's a lot to go through.
Mhm.
And Slade is sitting there watching her like a creep.
He had a book on his lap, so it's not completely Edward Cullen.
And he tries to get Oren to talk, like,
Yes.
almost right away.
And she's definitely not down for that.
No.
She wants to see the cave.
Yep. She's anything but talking is what she wants to
Mhm.
do.
And she says something about wanting to go see the cave, but do you think Lou would loan me some boots because she does not have shoes of her own?
Yep.
Even if she did, they would have been like those weird ass slippers that they had them wearing all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They would not have been cave traipsing shoes.
so Slade says, "We'll have to go into my room. I've got some boots for you."
Yeah.
And she goes,
This is
"This
not your
isn't your
room.
room." And he lets her know that the gold has taken over his room.
Yep.
So
They moved into this
we
one.
have moved into
Yep.
this one.
Yep.
And she's like, "Wait, what?
I'm
We?"
sorry. Have you been sleeping here?
And she is terrified that she's going to guilt him while she's sleeping. At least that's kind of what I took from it.
That's what I took from it too.
And he's like, "Of course I am. I told you you were mine. And you told everybody I was yours."
We both claimed each other. We
Yeah.
might as well be married.
Yeah. I didn't realize that's how claiming worked. Like, it's that easy.
They're Facebook official, so
Okay.
they're Baybook official.
Ha, ha,
You get that Zodiac
ha.
Academy reference?
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. In Slade's mind, nothing Oren has done. Her awful meal, what she did to Midas,
Mm-mm.
the rage fucking, nothing she has done is gonna chase him away.
Nope.
Yeah.
And he keeps trying to say, he keeps going, "We need to talk." And she's just like, "Nope." Mm-mm.
I'm good. Think so.
So she walks out of the room to go explore the cave. And he goes, "You need your boots."
No, I'm good.
So he goes to his room, which is in the opposite direction of where she was walking, and grabs boots for her and a coat and just does the things that are super sweet. He puts her boots on, laces them up, and ties them,
Mm-hmm.
puts the coat on her, and he doesn't do anything else.
He
He
doesn't
just steps back.
caress her or like touch her inappropriately.
Mm-mm.
It's just normal.
Intimate.
Yeah, yeah, normal intimacy
Normal
stuff.
intimacy.
Yeah, yeah. And she feels like she's being treated like a treasure for the first time. And
Mhm.
not like I can make
She
you
feels like
gold.
she's being treasured
Yes.
instead
Yes.
of being treated like a treasure.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And it's a subtle difference, but when
Mhm.
you're used to being the treasure or used to giving people their treasure, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a huge difference. So they go exploring. They go through the cave.
And this cave is really cool, by
It
the way.
sounds really cool.
Like the blue veins, I'm picturing not like sky blue, but deep ocean blue.
Mhm. Well, there's those worms in New Zealand that glow in the sea. Hold on, let me Google glowing sea worms, New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand is famous for its glowing sea worms, which are actually the larvae of fungus gnats called a word I can't pronounce after half a bottle of wine.
That sounds gross.
Well, it came from AI, so you know it's true.
Oh, okay. Okay. But
Yeah,
it's really pretty. It's
yes.
peaceful.
You know who else had glowing caves in their books? Throne of Glass. Yeah, just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, Orin is walking through this glowing cave, and she's at peace for a minute.
She is.
For a minute.
And then Slade is like, we need to talk.
And Orin tries to run again.
And it's because she thinks that he wants her to face what she did. But again, Slade wants to do a Slade thing. And he finally just blurts out, I fucking rotted you, which makes her stop.
And Orin's like, okay, I'm a bigger fan of this book than you are.
Yeah.
But this moment really just kind of like solidifies how selfish Orin can be sometimes. Like, she thought that Slade wanted to talk about what she did to Midas, but he wanted to talk about it, like anything but Midas. He wanted to talk
Mm-hmm.
about what he had to do to her.
Yes.
That being said, I don't think she knew. She obviously didn't know what he had to do to her.
I I think she'd pushed it down so far she didn't realize it.
Or she refused to
Like,
accept it, or
yeah.
yeah.
So finally she stops for a minute and remembers
Mm-hmm.
him kissing her, and she calls it like a dusty kiss or something like that.
I don't remember that.
Hold on.
Okay.
Gotta grab the book.
Gotta cut the book. We're in chapter 16.
And he wants her to forgive him. She says the ashen kiss he
Ashen
placed
kiss.
against my gilded lips was all I felt.
So do you think that means like cold?
I thought it meant like coal
Hmm.
or mold, like
Hmm.
kind of a different feeling.
Maybe. Raven Kennedy, if you're listening, what did you mean by the ashen kiss?
Maybe it explains it later, but
Maybe. Orin's whole world is topsy turvy.
because now she's remembering the
Everything.
rotted soldiers on the way to the Fifth Kingdom
Yep.
and the soldiers that he rotted when she was trying to escape that room.
Yeah. So she's picturing that she became like a rotted husk of a person,
Mm-hmm.
like mummified, essentially.
And he's like, "Oh no, 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 no!"
No, no. I just rotted
Because he can
you.
tell by her face. That's
Yeah.
what she's thinking.
Because he can read her. Because he's an
Yeah,
excellent book boyfriend.
he is. And
Um,
he's like, "No, no, 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 no! You were just like dead. It's fine.
yeah, like I just kind of froze you, essentially.
Yeah, you were dying, and I had to stop you."
Yeah. Because her aura did flicker out,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah. So
And she was like,
that's it.
"That's why you're mad? You
That's
saved me, so you're mad?"
that's been your whole thing. And then he does go on to explain like a piece of his rod is still in her and he can't pull it out. And she's like,
Well, she kind of freaks a little bit, but she's like, "Is it
eh.
safe?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "It doesn't seem to be doing
Is
anything.
it growing at all? Is it doing anything? Will you
Will
keep
you
checking
tell
it?
me?
Yeah. But
Yeah, if it changes, will you let me know?"
the fact that she asked that and she believes him when he says, yes, absolutely, no question, she
Mhm.
still trusts him.
Yes.
Despite everything, she still 100% trusts him. And I don't know how. I'm not mad about it. I just don't know how she can trust anyone after what happened.
Okay.
But that's just me and my own trauma, you know.
But I mean, it helps that she's like, "Okay." So all of the stress and the fear
And that,
that he's been carrying around,
yeah, is just gone. Poof.
it's released. It's like that weight that's lifted off your shoulders when you tell someone something and you find out it wasn't as big of a deal as you thought it was gonna
Or
be.
like you're
It's that
you're fighting with a
release.
friend and they're like, I don't know why you're fighting about this. This is dumb. Or yeah,
Yeah,
it's that relief of being like, okay, it's finally off my chest.
exactly. So they start walking back to the grotto,
Hmm.
to the house, and she is starting to feel. So there is a crack in her wall. Or as she puts it, a thread has been loosened.
So Raven uses the vision of cracks and things like that a lot when we were talking about Oren in the earlier books about like the cracks in her faith with Midas. And then she switches to threads later on in these
Yes.
books. Yes. I was proud that I noticed that. So,
I like it,
yeah.
though.
But yes, Oren is struggling with guilt and survival and all of that.
And now, what does it mean that there's a piece of rot in her?
What does it mean that there's a piece of rot in her? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it them getting closer together? Are they tied together now?
We don't know.
We don't know yet. We haven't read
But
Goldfinch yet.
got to get around to that.
Yeah.
But then there was a thought of it's like a piece that just wants to stay with her to protect her
Like
because
a
her ribbons are gone, and it's
air
like,
tracker thing, AirPod tracker thing.
yes.
Yeah.
So we have theories, guys. If you have a theory, let us know in our comments.
Yes, would love to hear your theories.
Hit us up.
And or if you finish the books and you know what it is, don't tell us, but give us hints. Let us know if we're close.
Okay.
Yeah. Chapter 17.
Chapter 17.
We're still in Oren's POV.
And she barely makes it inside and runs into Hojat. Finally. It's
Hojat.
finally Hojat. When we say, and who does she run into?
It is
It's
Hojat.
Hojat.
Yes. And he wants to examine her wounds, and she is, no, I'm good. Thanks though.
And he's like, no, you're not.
The mender in him is like, the fuck do you mean you're good?
No.
Yeah.
And Slade tries to gently encourage her.
Hojat tries being firm from the medical, like, I need to look at your back standpoint.
And she's about to turn around and run back out of the room, back into the cave.
And then Digby shows up.
Oh, Digby.
I love Digby.
Battered and beaten.
Yes, he is beat to fuck still. And he's merely a human, so he is still recovering.
Yes.
And so Digby appears in the doorway, and she turns and she sees him. And that, like, I don't want to say breaks Oren, but like it puts a pause on her.
Yes.
And Digby just says, let the mender care for your wounds. And who is she to argue with Digby?
Well, I mean, he's been taking care of her for at least the last 8 years that we know of.
Yep.
So she's going to listen to Digby.
And she's always liked and respected Digby.
Yes.
Like they've always had that father-daughter kind of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And they both went through similar trauma. Yes, they both went through a lot of trauma. Digby got beat to fuck. He had to watch Oren have her ribbons cut off.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of trauma for both of them.
Yes. So when he just says, let the mender take care of you, she's just like, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
No argument.
Yeah. And Hojat tries really, really hard to be gentle.
Yes.
But it's a traumatic wound. And it goes all the way down her back. And it's raw. And like we learned in Throne of Glass, anytime you deal with a massive wound, you have to deal with what caused the wound.
Yes.
So not only are you dealing with the physical trauma, but you're working through that emotional side of it too. So every time someone touches her back, she's thinking about what caused that and trying to work through that.
Yes. And I can't even imagine how it would be to have somebody torture you like that.
No kidding. Like,
because that's what it is.
It's torture. It is. There's no other way to say it. And her like there's maybe like 2 inches of her ribbons left off of her back.
If that.
Yeah.
And some of them are still oozing.
And she never hated her ribbons.
No.
She never used them to their full potential. I think we can all agree on that. But she had finally just started to accept her ribbons.
Yes.
And then that happened. And that is working through that again while Hojat works on her back is a lot.
It is. And it was so rough reading this one because it tore her up.
Yeah. Well, I get, and it wasn't obviously physically it hurt her too, right?
Yes.
But it's that emotional trauma of working through it again, just and accepting that happened to her. I can't. It's
hard.
Yeah. I've been very fortunate in my life that I've never had anything quite that traumatic happen.
So we move on to chapter 18. And Oren is just,
Oren's pissed.
yeah, she's angry.
She never wants to be the victim again. She wants to take control of herself, her body. She's kind of back to where she was in the war camp when she was doing the training.
Mm-hmm. All the way back in book 2.
But this is a lot more serious, I'm going to say. Not that she wasn't serious about it before, but now that she's got a murder under her belt, she survived her ribbons being hacked off. She's a survivor, and she doesn't ever want to feel helpless again.
No. And so she's ready. She's ready to start becoming strong.
Yes. And Hojat is still tending to her wounds. She has to wear her shirts backwards so the buttons are on her back.
And she's actually not wearing her shirts. She is wearing Osric's shirts, guys, because
Yes.
they're the only ones that this will work with.
Because they're big enough.
They're big enough, and it's not rubbing constantly against her back.
Yep. Digby is still posted at the doorway. He's still watching everything. He's not leaving her side. I think Digby is also struggling with what happened to her and not being able to protect her.
And the fact that he had to watch it, yes.
Oh, God, having to watch that, could you imagine?
No.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I am responsible for a dog, and that's it. But if something happened to my dog that I had to watch, I could not handle it. Yeah. He does not want to be treated. So once Hojat is done with Oren, he's like, all right, Digby, your turn. And Digby's like, nah, actually, are you done with her? Are you sure? And she has to force him to go.
She does.
Get
And
his
and
treatment.
Slade's good about it too, and he's like, I'll watch her.
Yeah. So Oren has these super protective men and people just in general, like Lou, in her life that want nothing but the best for her. And she's never had that.
No.
People have always wanted to use her.
She does not know how to handle it. And she decides to take a bath.
She wants to go clean up. She's been asleep for 4 days. She had the whole gooey.
Can you imagine how your hair would be?
Oh my God. But anyway, my point is I would smell bad. My hair would be super greasy. I would need to shave.
And she had sex.
Yeah.
So you've got the
sex smell. Yeah.
And how much cleanup did she do after that?
Probably. It doesn't sound like any, but.
So
she's Slade, also part face.
Slade is offering to help her, and she's like, nope.
Well, she wants to go take
I need to do this myself.
She wants to go take a bath, and Slade's like, we can't do a bath because we need to keep your dressings dry.
Yeah.
But here's a washcloth we can wash you that way.
Yeah. And she doesn't, I mean, at first she's going to do it herself, and he asks really nicely,
very politely,
if he can do it. I mean, he just says, may I? Yeah. But Mother, same thing, guys.
Yeah. But it's acknowledging the consent that she would need to give.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then he very carefully and very lovingly just cleans her. It's not sexual at all.
It is intimate, but it is not sexual.
It's intimate.
Yep.
And he just, arms, wrists, all of her body parts. He just gently cleans it. Yep.
And there's no underlying tension or anything there. He is simply taking care of her.
Did he wash her hair?
I don't remember.
Like, that seems to be the best thing in every book is somebody washing your hair and rubbing your scalp, and like, that seems to be the best thing.
Anyway, while Slade is washing her, she's in her own thoughts. She's in her own head, and she just says, I do not want to be weak anymore.
Is this before or after he hands her the ribbon?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It's got to be before, or right after.
Probably right after.
Right after. Yeah. Slade gives her back the ribbon that Midas used to bind her. And that kind of triggers her, I can't do this again kind of mentality. I want to be so strong that I never have to fear anyone else in this world. That if I need to, I can make them all fear me. Fear me. And I want you to teach me.
And he's so proud. And he just gives her a big ass shit-eating grin.
It's a very fey grin. Like his face side peeks out a little bit, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay.
I
I thought
thought
you
you'd
would never
never
ask."
ask.
Yep.
Chills.
Mm-hmm. It's like as much as Slade wants to protect her, he
Hmm.
wants to give her the strength to protect herself.
Which is something that is definitely a book 2 Slade
Mm-hmm.
and a book 3 Slade
Yep.
peeking back out.
I
So,
really honestly I think in this book we see him just struggling with he wants to respect her boundaries. She
yep,
doesn't know how to process her emotions, and he is still grappling with all the guilt that he has.
yes,
Even
for rotting her.
with the conversation they had earlier where she's just like, "You had to rot me to save me? Okay. And you're going to keep an eye on
Yeah,
that rot? Whatever." I think he's still struggling a lot with that guilt.
yeah, I have to agree with that.
So, I like that he doesn't push her into anything. He just kind of waits for her to get to that conclusion by herself.
Yeah. What I don't like though is yes, she's starting to take her own power control of herself now,
Mhm.
but there are things that she fights like a little 2-year-old later in this book, and it just bothers the shit out of me because it's like you said you wanted to be stronger and you wanted to take control. Why are you arguing about this?
The minute that it gets hard, you throw a fit about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what bothers me. And she doesn't say anything.
No.
She just keeps it all to herself. And there are things that other people need to know to help her, which we're going to see in the next episode.
Yep. Yep.
We're also going to find out why Judd is the best
Trainer.
person to train her.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
I don't know. I enjoyed this book. I think there's a lot of character development in this book that we see.
mhm.
I do I understand why people are like this book comes to a screeching halt when it comes to storyline, right? Because we go from a very fast-paced book to all of a sudden just a screeching halt and we have to deal with Oren's trauma really quick. This is I'm going to throw another Throne of Glass reference. This is the Tower of Dawn of
Oh
the
my God.
books. It's an important book, yes, but it is a crashing halt compared to
Yes.
what the other ones are. But these
But
books are important to the series.
they are.
It sucks to get through.
And I get letting Slade give her the choice. Fine.
Fine.
I just need her to choose faster. Okay.
She's gotta work through her own trauma
I
and
know, and I keep forgetting that she's with all of her past. It's hard when something gets hard, it's so much easier just to go
run.
back in the cage.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's where she's been for
Let
10
someone else
years.
take care of me.
It's been comfortable. Yeah.
It's safe.
It's safe. Yeah.
And I have to remember that every time I read this book.
It's While this is not our favorite book, as you guys have picked up, it is still important to the series. I do think this is where the people who stuck through the first book, I think this is where Raven loses a lot of people.
On that note, hey, guess what, guys? That is the end of our episode today.
Yes. So before we go, what are you reading for fun?
I am currently reading The Storyteller's Daughter by I know the answer to this. Oh my, I am so sorry, guys.
She's actually an Omaha based author.
She is an Omaha-based author, so she's local for our area. Victoria McCombs.
McCombs, that's right.
Yes,
Yes. And it's not a bad book because I'm the one who
it's
told you
not.
about it.
But I'm coming off of reading the entire Psycho Shifter series from
Uh,
Jasmine
you did read
Moss.
that. How was that?
If you like reverse harems,
Yeah, you did mention that you needed a break from that for a
it's
minute.
it's really good. I like the characters. I like Jasmine Moss's writing. She wrote Blood of Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be getting a bonus episode from us on that.
Yep.
But after going from 2 back-to-back reverse harems, I went to The Storyteller's Daughter, which is a retelling of the
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin story. And
It is a shift. It's a
it is
shift.
it's more than a shift, y'all. It is an entire seismic change.
I'm like 28% into that book.
But it is a nice fairy tale. I'm hoping that I can get more into it.
I
I'm
know.
kind of struggling with it,
I
but
think I need and it's not the writing
it's
is
just the
bad
beginning
or
of it.
anything. Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a little bit to grab.
Well, and I think it's a series.
It
So
is.
yeah, like 2 or 3 books,
I
something like
want to
that.
say
3 or 4.
4,
Yeah.
but
I am reading Belladonna.
Okay.
which is it's about a girl who can see death essentially, and like she can only see death when she is in that twilight zone between living and dead, and so she constantly straddles that world by eating or ingesting belladonna. And so right now she's trying to solve a mystery in her relative's manor. I'm only on chapter
Okay.
18, so yeah.
Is this by Adeline Grace?
Yes, and she will be at the Boozy Book Fair in KC.
Well, so will Victoria McCombs, right?
Yep. Yep. So,
July
26th.
26th.
Yes. So I'm going to try to get some signed copies from Belladonna, and I think we should do that as a giveaway for the pod.
Okay.
Well, look, I talked you into it. But yeah, that's what I'm reading. Well, okay, like full disclosure, I'm also reading some like short smut books to like decompress for the night.
That's fair.
Yep, yep. But yeah, and I have Bat Eater and Other Names for Laura Zing on my TBR, and then To Love the Reaper. We wanted to cover that one too. That's on my TBR.
Cool.
Thank you so much for listening to Corks and Cauldron. So sorry we got way off topic. Be sure to follow us at Corks and Cauldron on all your favorite socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review us.
My God, please rate and review us. Pretty,
Share us
pretty,
with your
pretty, pretty,
booksies.
please.
Tell the world. It's the best way to spread the word and help our podcast grow, because Corks and Cauldron is a self-funded labor of love, and your support helps keep the magic alive.
And our glass is full.
So join our Patreon community today at patreon.com/corksandcauldron, and maybe even treat us to a bottle of wine.
If you have any book recommendations or wine recommendations or food recommendations, anything you want to see us or hear us talk about, drink about, read about, bake about, let us know. We're totally open to suggestions. Our next
Absolutely.
episode we drop every Thursday, and we're going to dive into episodes 19 through 27. Does that sound right?
That sounds correct.
All right. And
until then, eat,
drink,
and get lost in a good book.
cheers.
Cheers.